Aloha, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for today's info session on the East West Center Lead Scholars Program. My name is Kristen Connors and I work in UH Manoa's Graduate Division. I'll be assisting with moderating today. Today, you'll be meeting key administrators who are responsible for the East West Center Lead Scholar Program. At the end of the presentation, you'll have an opportunity to ask our panelists general questions. So at this time, I'd like to turn things over to Sophie Sidhu, Student Program Specialist at the East West Center, and she'll introduce our guests and tell you more about our program.
Excellent. Thank you, Kristen. Aloha, mai kako, and welcome to today's session. We're happy to be here with you virtually to share information about the East West Center and our Leadership Education Advanced Degree Scholar program, or LEAD Scholar for short. This was previously called our Student Affiliate Program and has recently been rebranded. So lots of exciting information to share with you today. Next slide, please. My name is Sophie Sidhu. I serve as Student Program Specialist in the Education Program at East West Center and coordinator of our LEAD Scholar program. And I have the honor to be joined here today by my wonderful colleagues listed here to share information and answer questions you may have. Next slide, please. And here's our agenda for today's session. But before we jump in, we'd like to take just a moment to learn more about who you are. If you wouldn't mind, if you could please put in the chat where you are tuning in from today, that would be wonderful. And we'll give you all just a moment to do so. Great, thank you. And thank you all again for joining us. Next, Associate Dean Kanika McLavy will provide you with an overview of the East West Center and our education program.
Hello, Sophie, and aloha, everyone. My name is Kanika McLavy, and I currently serve in the Associate Dean role here at the East West Center. And I'm delighted to provide introduction to the center and our education program. The East West Center is a national public nonprofit institution that focuses on issues and relations in the US, Asia, and the Pacific. Our geographic mandate encompasses all of the United States, Pacific Islands, East, South, Southeast Asia, as well as part of West Asia. The center was established by the US Congress in 1960 with a mission to promote better relations and understanding among the people and nations of the United States, Asia, and the Pacific through cooperative study, research, and dialogue. And I'll note the word cooperative here is a really key element of our mission and the way that we work here at the center. Next slide, please. We have a lovely and safe campus here in Honolulu, featuring research, residential, and international conference facilities. We are centrally located right across from the university, and we have had a rich history here with over 66,000 alumni. And you, as an East West Center participant, will join that robust network when you complete your program here. Next slide. So as you can see, students have been part of the center's history since its founding in 1960, and that's the black and white photo in case you weren't sure. To the present day, they are a core of the mission and indeed the heart of our very active and vibrant participant community here in Honolulu. Next slide. The education program brings together students from all over the world to live, learn, and lead together to establish lifelong friendships and a really strong sense of community connected by students' shared commitment to positive change in the region. Next slide. And our mission within the education program is to prepare the next generation of leaders to address the complex challenges that are facing our region and world today. We do this by providing support for UH Manoa graduate students to develop their academic expertise through the pursuit of master's and PhD programs, as well as by offering a robust curriculum of intellectual, social, cultural, and professional development activities to enhance your understanding and problem solving. And as we know, many of the challenges that we face today require cross-disciplinary and cross-national cooperation, and that is really reflected in the diverse range of students that we are looking to recruit and bring into the program. And as you'll learn more, we will provide also a platform for students to develop those leadership skills in a hands-on experiential way. And then at the same time, build those lifelong relationships and networks that will enable you to take those skills and knowledge and relationships back home to your local communities. Next slide. This is a representative slide of our student community demographics. As you can see, it's a really robust group of students from over 40 countries and 80 different academic disciplines from A to Z, art history, zoology, and everything in between, as well as a number of different departments and fields of study. Next slide. So my colleagues will be delving in more into the details of the intercultural living experience, but I'll just really briefly focus here on some of the key elements of the East West Center experience or curriculum. First of all, is the center provides programming, as mentioned, about building relationships and learning more about Hawaii and our region. And that starts with our Community Building Institute, or CBI for short. It's a 2-week place-based orientation that all new students are required to participate in before the start of the academic year. And it is a really wonderful opportunity for us to get to know the students and for you to get to know each other, as well as your new home here at the East West Center, whether you're a local student or from elsewhere in the world. And this year's upcoming CBI will take place starting August 10th, 2026. Next slide. Thank you. Then next, after CBI is the exchange, which is another core requirement that builds upon the lessons and learnings of the 2-week orientation. It takes place Monday evenings over the course of the first 2 semesters of your time at the center, and features really dynamic speakers, performances, and group activities that boost your knowledge of the region, as well as deepens the learning and engagement with your fellow peers. Next slide. And then every February, we have our International Graduate Student Conference. Some of you may have presented at the conference or know about it already. It's one of our largest and most well-recognized events, and very unique as it focuses specifically on the Asia-Pacific region. The conference brings students not just from UH Manoa, but from all over the world to share cutting-edge research related to the East West Center mission and our geographic region. And as I should have really emphasized at the beginning, all of our activities are student-led. So really staff are leading from behind, and the students bring so much new ideas and innovation to each of our activities, both the exchange, IGSC, CBI, and as our EWC Participant Association as well, which is kind of like our student council. The board members are elected each year, and they are really a focal point in leading our community each year in exciting activities, community service projects, as well as advocacy. And it's a great opportunity to build your professional capacity and leadership. And it's just another example of how you can get those hands-on experiences while you're living at the center and pursuing your degree at UH. Next slide. Finally, in these last few slides, before I pass it on to Sophie, I just wanted to share a few opportunities for students regarding funding and other ways to be engaged in the community. We have research and conference grants that can support some travel. They are modest travel grants as well as emergency funding grants if you are facing challenges. As much of our aim is really to ensure your academic and personal success while you're part of our community. Next slide. We also have an Ohana host family program, which is led by an amazing group of community volunteers. They are so dedicated. They are a nonprofit group called the Friends of the East West Center, and they recruit local families to sponsor a student. It can be a local student, it could be an international student, just to get to know people who are super passionate about the center and are really interested in connecting with new students each year and supporting their journey with us. Next slide. And professional networks are really key, obviously, as incoming graduate students or current graduate students. This is going to set you up for your success later on as a scholar and academic. And we're really keen in having you tap into our alumni network and also engaging with our expert staff here that's represented in the arts, research, a number of different fields. We also have a Washington, D.C. office. So there are so many ways to deepen and expand your knowledge and perspectives through the center, and we hope this will be a really transformative experience with us. Finally, just in my last slide here, I'll just quickly highlight the different ways that students become part of our community through fellowship and scholarship programs. As you'll learn more from Sophie, there's the Lead Scholar Program where students bring in their own external funding, and they will join a group of students who are funded by other scholarships, including the Graduate Degree Fellowship, the United States South Pacific Scholarship Program funded by the Department of State, the Asian Development Bank Japan Scholarship Program, as well as the Obuchi Scholarship. So there's a lot of different ways to join us, and we'll drop in the link in the chat a little bit later, a link to those different opportunities. And now I'll pass it on to Sophie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kanika. I now have the pleasure of sharing with you all more specifically about our Lead Scholar Program. It's the largest in-residence participant program at East West Center. It offers a subsidized housing rate, as well as several leadership, community building, and professional development activities and access to our EWC networks and resources, many of which you just heard about. And this program provides significant benefits for those who would like to be part of our community, who have secured their graduate funding through other channels, such as grants, TA or GA-ships, non-East West Center scholarships, or other independent sources. Our program is highly sought after amongst UHM graduate students who are interested in joining a dynamic international community of scholars. And on average, we have approximately 200 lead scholars with us per year, both new and continuing. Next slide, please. A new cohort of scholars joins our program each year in August who represent a diverse range of academic fields, cultural and geographical backgrounds, as well as diversity in career backgrounds and lived experience. All graduate fields of study are welcome in our scholar program, and applicants from all continents and regions of the world are eligible. And we look for applicants who are dedicated towards solving challenges and contributing in a meaningful way through their academic work or career aspirations to the Indo-Pacific region. We also look for those who demonstrate a commitment to community building and leadership, and who we think would be a good fit for being an active participant in our international dormitory environment here in Hawaii. And other factors of consideration include a demonstrated desire to give back to communities through civic engagement or community service, strong academic performance, and aptitude for intercultural exchange. Students are offered Lead Scholar Awards for 1 year at a time, which can be renewed for up to 2 years for master's students or 4 years for PhD students, with extension opportunities available as needed. We aim to enable students to continue with us throughout the duration of their master's or PhD programs, which provides an incredible, stable living and learning environment opportunity for them alongside other graduate students. The application is currently open. We invite you to put in your application, and the deadline to apply is May 15th. Next slide, please. So as mentioned, the LEAD Scholar Program provides subsidized housing in our sought-after East-West Center dormitories at a substantially discounted rate, and you can see the rate information there. LEAD Scholars join our dynamic multicultural community for the cost of approximately $720 a month, or as you see there, $24 a night for a single furnished room with an assigned shared kitchen and bathroom. Double rooms are also available, and accepted LEAD scholars are welcome to apply to have their spouse or partner join them in residence. Residents also enjoy access to additional facilities, including dormitory lounges, our Hale Halavai student space, the East-West Center Art Gallery, and Burns Hall or Emin Conference Center for lectures, meeting and printing spaces, activities, and so much more. And in addition, LEAD scholars are eligible for academic support funding, as Kanika mentioned, by means of conference and field research funding or emergency funds. And they enjoy many opportunities for networking within our vast East-West Center programs. It includes opportunities for work with EWC research scholars, networking with short-term participants, and all LEAD scholars may also run for our student governing board. You heard a bit about the EWCPA, which has many LEAD scholars in it, and our education program internship positions. And lastly, all of our scholars earn East-West Center alumni status upon their award completion. Next slide, please. The residential experience is a core component of our program where students share kitchens and experiences and find a sense of shared community and support. Our participants quickly become well connected to one another and often develop close friendships and support networks that remain strong throughout their time at UHM and far beyond. We offer a number of residential life and community building initiatives, many of which are peer-led. We also have a food hub, which is an inclusive, dedicated space in our dormitories that hosts open hours, food pantries, educational events, and more. We also have a student activities office space within the dorms for our EWCPA student elected board and our intern groups to gather and organize their materials. And there is a regular, very exciting program that happens throughout campus year round, including many other initiatives that haven't been mentioned yet. Next slide, please. LEAD Scholar requirements are designed to help participants thoughtfully and purposefully engage with one another and to serve as stewards of their immediate surroundings and leaders in their communities. We provide intentional community service opportunities that assist in leadership development, reciprocal community participation, and skill building. Our program fee is applied towards the vibrant student programming that education program provides and is significantly offset by the reduced rate housing that LEAD scholars receive. Overall, this offers an attractive and affordable way for UHM graduate students to take part in the exciting opportunity to join our East-West Center community and reside in our international dormitories. Next slide, please. So if you are interested in applying for our LEAD Scholar program, please visit our website and we'll put that link in the chat and consider submitting an application by our upcoming deadline of May 15th. We would love to hear from you. Those accepted will be invited to join us on campus starting in August. And I now turn to my colleague Stella, who will walk you through the application process and requirements. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie. Aloha, everybody. Like Sophie mentioned, the LEAD Scholar application is now available on our website. There's a website that our colleague Ben Fairfield just put the link there. If you click on that link, you go to apply and click on apply icon. It'll take you to the application. Now, there are supporting documents that we require. One of them is your official transcript and degree certificates. And this will can be usually we're looking for the last highest earned degree. But we will accept other lower degrees transcripts if you're willing to give us copies. We also require 2 letters of recommendation, one of them academic, a copy of your CV or resume, and in the application you'll see 4 essays. Reasons for applying, your copy of your or an essay of your bio, civic engagement, preparedness for living in a diverse cultural environment. Now, if you're a new student coming into UH starting in the fall, this coming fall, August 2026, we will need a copy of your admission letter. Now, for the admission letter, sometimes it comes, students receive it after the deadline of LEED Scholar application of May 15th. We will accept it after that deadline, but stay in communication with us, let us know. Other than that, if you have any questions, contact us through email, the LEED Scholar email address, and we'll answer your question as best as we can. And I'll, myself or Ben, I will put the email address in the chat, but you can also find it on the website. Thank you.
Thank you, Stella. And we now want to shift gears to the Q&A portion of this session and help answer the questions you all may have.
Thank you so much to our panelists. We definitely do have some questions. So let me go through what I've seen here. Okay, first question. Do you provide samples of the letters of recommendation?
Ben, you can help me here if you need to add something, but we do have a reference letter form, and basically it you can get it from the links from the app, and it'll give you the specific answer questions for the referees to answer.
Yeah, it's a formatted letter. You enter the referee's email address in the application. They will be sent an email through our online portal system. There's also a link to download it if you want it ahead of time to provide it personally to your referee. You're welcome to do so as well.
Are there specific examples or things that you're looking for in the recommendation letter? And who do you typically receive recommendation letters from, or who would be good people to reach out to for a recommendation letter?
Well, one of the reference letter has to be from an academic, for example, your professor, your previous professor, advisor. The other one can be like your employer, your supervisor, or if you're working or doing a project in the community and somebody's in charge of that project that you're working with, can be that person. All we want to know is we want to make sure that we get to know you better through those referees. So yeah.
Yeah. How would an applicant submit their transcript? Do they email that, or is there an upload feature in the portal?
Right. So for the transcript, if you're a new UH student coming in the fall in August, you can upload a copy to the application. That way we have a copy of it when we do our selection meetings, but we do need an official one that comes directly from the university, your university, to us. Now, if you already provided it to UH Graduate Division, then you can ask Graduate Division to forward us a copy, because we'll accept that from UH Graduate Division as an official, a copy. If you are currently at UH, and this current semester, spring semester, meaning you're taking classes right now, but UH does not have your grades yet, you can ask Graduate Division to forward us your transcripts. Again, we will accept those from the Graduate Division as official. If you are a UH student that's been here for more than a year, you can download your transcript, UH transcript from the STAR system and upload it to the application, and we will accept those as official.
Thank you so much. And are there visa restrictions for scholar eligibility?
No, I'll jump in on that one. So the Lead Scholar program does not, we don't provide visa sponsorship. So for us, the eligibility requirement is so long as the student is enrolled as a full-time UH Manoa graduate student. And yet they're set on that side, then we can, they will be eligible for our program.
Can UH employees who are also graduate students apply to be in the Lead Scholar program?
Yeah, that's a great question. We currently have at least one full-time UH employee who is also a full-time graduate student. So hats off to those of you holding multiple responsibilities in that way. Absolutely. So long as, so long as it's okay for them to take on the extra responsibilities and of community service hours and program participation on their side.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And you shared a little bit about some of the funding opportunities that are offered through the East West Center. Does the East West Center have graduate assistantships or teaching assistantships? Any type of appointments like that?
No, unfortunately, we don't have our own graduate or teaching assistantship positions. Kanika, if you want to say more just about how folks can get involved with East West Center, but we don't have those specific opportunities.
Right. So as a separate institution from the University of Hawaii, we don't have an academic degree department, and therefore we don't have GATA-ships. However, we do from time to time have student assistantships or student help. And so you can work on campus as part of the East West Center, and our jobs are posted through CDSE. So that would be especially applicable for international students who are restricted to on-campus work. And I believe there are 2 positions currently out right now with the East West Center through our communications and external relations department. So those of you who have social media skills, comm skills, encourage you to apply.
Awesome. Thank you. Great to hear that. Now, you mentioned that Lead Scholars may apply to have their spouses live with them. Are there any restrictions to this? Could you share more information?
Yes. So we do have a process. So once a student is accepted, we have a process where they would reach out to me as their program coordinator, and put in a formal request. We have eligibility guidelines, and there's some documentation that they need to send us. And so long as they qualify, then we are able to approve on our end for a spouse or approved partner to come and join them. And then the next step is housing then works with them directly to make the room reservation. Ideally, this happens one semester in advance for current participants, though for new participants who receive their acceptance from us after this current application cycle, we can work with them over the summer to have their spouse or partner join them in the fall as well, so long as they meet the eligibility requirements. I will say we are not able to accommodate minors, so children, anyone 18 or younger as a dependent, we cannot accommodate in the dormitories. So for anyone who does have dependents, they would need to live off campus. And since this program is a residential program, it is for folks who can live on campus with us.
Got it. And can participants have visitors temporarily stay with them in the East-West housing? So if you have family coming to visit for a couple of weeks or friends.
So we also have a guest house called Lincoln Hall, and that is where students can make a reservation for friends, family, and I think you would also have access to one of our preferred rates for the reservation.
For clarifying that. And could you share how the payment works for the housing? Is that due every month? Is that by semester?
The housing payments are separate from our education program payment, and those are made directly with housing on a monthly basis. They have a credit card authorization form, and they keep the card information on file in a secured manner. And the housing rent payment is charged on the 5th of every month on a monthly basis.
We have a couple of questions about transcripts. Do they just send the latest degree earned for their transcript?
Yes, that's what we look for. But again, if they want to provide the other ones, that we'll accept it as well. But we do. But if you don't send us the highest earned degree transcript, we will ask for it. So that's the one that we must have.
Got it. And if someone is just finishing their undergraduate this summer, but they've already been accepted to UH for the fall, can they just send their current transcript that was submitted to graduate division at this time?
Yes, because that's their last or highest degree earned. Yes.
Okay. And then after the degree is awarded and on their transcript, would they just follow up with the final version?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, is there still time to apply for the graduate degree fellowship, the GDF? Oh no, heads are shaking.
No, there is not. It closes December 1st every year, but you are welcome to apply for that for the next cycle. We accept current students into that program as well. So that will reopen in August, and we welcome students to apply.
And then we do generally host an information session with the East-West Center again in the fall, so that you can learn about all their education programs and funding opportunities that are available. So please look out for that as well after you join us this fall. Okay, in regards to the CV or resume, if you have leadership opportunities through volunteering but not official work or a job position, should that be included?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's all helpful information from us. So please do go ahead and include that. And to clarify, we don't have a requirement of specific employment experience. We're just looking for your experience overall prior to joining us here.
What are examples of preparedness for an intercultural learning environment that you look?
Well, let me jump into that. When I think of preparedness into a cultural diverse community, that question is asking me, do I have experience? Have I been in a situation where I can deal with people with different cultures, perspectives, that I learn from, and from my experience, they learn from me. And it's the same thing with the East West Center. The center, we have staff, students, it's very, very diverse. And so we want to know if whoever is joining us can handle or can deal and collaborate in a respective manner, and also learn from those students and staff, and vice versa.
Thank you. Oh, Kanika?
Yeah, just to add to Stella's, I think, there's really no example that's too small. You don't necessarily have to have traveled abroad or had experience, living in an intercultural environment. But I imagine that there are the reasons why you're interested in the center are because you are globally curious and engaged. And so I would think about your service activities. I would think about your engagement in the classroom, maybe in the job environment. You can think of culture in many different ways and subcultures. So it doesn't necessarily have to be ethnic, national. I think it's important to just highlight where you might have other differences, linguistic or sectoral, disciplinary. So I would encourage you to approach the question as broadly as possible if you don't necessarily have the sort of in-depth experience of living in an international dorm. But we do want to highlight the fact that our dormitory is, those 40 different countries living together communally, trying to share kitchens, shared bathrooms. So perhaps, just that resiliency, curiosity, an ability to work cooperatively with others is something that is kind of universal too.
Yeah. So there's another question about the housing requirement. Are all scholars required to live in East West Center housing, or are there certain circumstances where you can participate in the program but not reside in the house?
I'll answer that. In general, yes, we do make rare exceptions for participants who have been with us on a ward, typically for at least a year, who are already invested in the community, who have a, specific need to relocate off campus, and a desire to remain in the program. We will make those rare exceptions, but for first year participants, we do require that they join us on campus as a way to really become connected to the community.
Could you share more about the special funding that's available to the scholar participants? You mentioned conference support or field travel. Are there restrictions to that? Can you present papers abroad? What are the expectations from the East West Center?
Yeah. So we offer conference, travel and field research travel grants at various points throughout the year as a way to support our students who have earned the prestige of presenting at conferences, whether it is through poster presentation or other presentations, and also to support our students with their field research. And students will learn more about that throughout the year, but we do offer various competition rounds, and our lead scholars are eligible to apply and are carefully considered for those pieces. And then we also offer emergency funds, as Kanika has mentioned, as a means to help support our students who might be experiencing a unique situation, unique emergency that they may need support with.
I also want to add that UH Manoa has a student basic needs grant that's also available to all students. And so if you are in need of emergency assistance, in addition to what East Westerner is able to offer, you can always apply for that as a UH student as well. If you're not accepted to the Lead Scholar program, are there other ways to get involved with the East West Center?
Certainly. I'll just say we always appreciate involvement from graduate students at UHM who come to our events that are open. We have an International Graduate Student Conference every February. That's several students from UH who are not participants in our East West Center programs or play an active role in either as presenters or by coming and hearing from presenters. So that's a great way to get involved. And then we also offer several programs throughout the year that are open. We just had East West Fest just a week ago, which is a wonderful open program to the whole community beyond UHM as well. And other activities and events. So we encourage anyone who's interested to get in touch with us in the education program or stay informed by checking out our East West Center website.
Yeah. And someone was asking if I could also share the link to the UH Manoa student basic needs. So I'll go ahead and drop that chat box for them. So I don't see any more questions, but if there is something that you would still like to ask our panelists while there's the chance, please feel free to drop that in the chat box. In the meantime, I'm also going to be sharing a link in the chat box to our session evaluation. We'd love to hear your feedback on today's information session. And I know that Ben dropped some links to the Lead Scholar program. He's also shared the email that you can contact them at if you have further questions. Sophie or Kanika, are there any last things you'd like to share before we close today's webinar?
I will add that if you're interested in applying, we certainly encourage you to do so. And do give yourself time to answer the application questions. So give yourself as much time as you may need to really consider the questions. We really love to look for applicants' authentic stories. We really want to learn more about who you are. So try to give us as much of a picture of who you are and your background and your interests and what you might be interested in contributing to our East West Center community. And we'll look forward to receiving your applications.
Yeah, and I would just echo the sentiment that there's so many different ways to get to know the center, and Lead Scholar is one amazing way that can also be a pathway to additional forms of funding. So if you see in the chat, I just dropped a folder to our promotional toolkit so you can learn more. It includes the Lead Scholar flyer as well as the GDF and about just the overall education program. And there will also be a video in there if you want to check out a 4-minute video about the student community. Just in the interest of time, we weren't able to share it here, but feel free to watch it on your own time, and it will give you a real slice of life of what it's like to be an East West Center student.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. I'd like to give a big mahalo to all of our panelists today from the East West Center. Thank you also to all of our attendees for joining us. At this end of the workshop, again, you'll receive an email to complete a brief evaluation. Submissions are anonymous. And I did post the link in the chat box as well. But thank you. This concludes our session, and enjoy your weekend. Take care.